Now, we'll also hear tonight from Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Last night, she was accosted in a D.C. restaurant by two woke liberals that she is describing as demonic. But we begin tonight with Joe Biden, like many elderly Americans, suffering from a very steep, obvious cognitive decline. Biden has good days and he has bad days. Unfortunately, this week has not been good at all. Earlier in Virginia Beach, Biden seemed completely, totally lost, dazed, and confused. You decide.
My dad. By the way, you docs are good, but if there's any angels in heaven, they're all nurses, male and female. My plan, that's in stark contrast to, by the way, there's an awful lot of really good Republicans, but the MAGA Republicans are a different breed of cat. No, they're not bad or good, they're very different. If they have to pay out $159 billion less for prescription drugs, I want to make it clear, I'm going to raise some taxes.
I cannot believe that man is president. Can any of you believe that? Anyway, at one point, he drifted into a very strange, long-winded story about the military nurse named Pearl. Yes, this is creepy, but let's show you again.
When I was at Walter Reed all that time, after a couple craniotomies, I was lying there, and I had a nurse named Pearl Nelson, military. She'd come in and do things that I don't think you learn in medical school, nursing school. She'd whisper in my ear. I couldn't understand her, but she'd whisper, she'd lean down. She'd actually breathe on me to make sure that there was a connection, a human connection. She even went home and brought back her pillow from her own bed because she knew the one I had that wasn't comfortable. But I'm not joking.
Not joking, and it gets worse because yesterday Biden was struggling big time also. Take a look at this.
Enjoy the reception, which starts after the next performance that's about to be announced. Where's the... All right, who's going to announce? They're going to announce it? All right.
Anyone understand that? Now, in case you were wondering, Joe was at an event honoring Black History Month, and as you might imagine, Biden accidentally said something pretty racist. You decide again.
We're honored to have all the presidents here tonight, and I want to thank him. And by the way, you know, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is. I know where you think I'm joking.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Okay, I thought we judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Now, sadly, that type of rhetoric is nothing new for President Biden. Now, the woke, hysterical word police in the Democratic Party, they elected one of the most bigoted people in the Washington swamp. For example, Biden once worked with segregationists like Robert KKK Byrd. Remember, he wanted to stop integration of our public school system. In his words, he didn't want his kids to grow up in a school that is a racial jungle. His best friend and mentor was that same senator, Robert Byrd, the former, Grand Poobah of the Ku Klux Klan. And more recently, he told African Americans that they're not really black, of course, unless they vote for him. Then he said about Barack Obama, this is storybook, man. He's clean, he's bright, he's articulate. Wow, that's storybook for the first time ever, he said. If Joe Biden were a Republican, do you think the mob and the media would still support him after all of this? Take a look.
Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
What kind of a chance would a northeastern liberal like Joe Biden stand in the South?
Better than anybody else. And you don't know my state. My state was a slave state. We got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook.
They're going to put you all back in chains. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
We got more questions
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Wow. Now, the woke mob in the Democratic Party, they had no problem voting for Joe. They turned out record numbers for that guy. But will they support him again in 2024? Now, will he even be mentally and physically capable of serving another term? Now, the First Lady, Jill Biden, is all in and now reportedly is pushing Joe to run for that second term. I would only like to remind the Bidens that, once again, that the White House, this is not their personal retirement home, although he spends 40% of his time in Delaware meeting people that we have no idea who he's meeting because they don't keep records of it. Now, one New York Times columnist even suggesting that Americans may be more inclined to vote for Joe Biden, who's soon to be 82, if he dumps Kamala Harris and chooses a more popular running mate, kind of like what the ailing FDR did in 1944. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.